HyperK0 here, and welcome to this Let's Play of Need for Speed Most Wanted. This is the third part. So in this part we're going to start the real game and we'll see how it works. So basically, Mia already explained it. I'm gonna repeat it very quickly. There are three types of events that you need to proceed to challenge the blacklist racers. Race events, milestone events, and bounty events, even if events is not there. So race events are normal race. There are various type of races that we'll see throughout the game. Milestones are related to chases with the police, so trading paint with police car, or evading in a less than a certain time, or making the pursuit last at least some time, and other stuff. And finally, there are bounties. There is a bounty threshold that you need to reach to challenge the blacklist racers. So let's start with a race to gain some cash. So here we have three type of races. For this blacklist challenger, we need to win all three. Usually you don't need to win them all, but since there are only three, this time we do need to win them all. So let's start with this circuit race. Yes. Here we have the controls, and this first type of race is a circuit race. So we have 2 laps, as you can see, and I failed the perfect launch miserably. There are 2 laps, and we just need to win at the end of the last lap, to be in first at the end of the last lap. There are other types of races. For example, there are sprint races where you need to there are no laps, it's just from point A to point B. There are lap knockout races where the last one at each lap is eliminated. So you need to stay in the first positions, otherwise you will get out of the race. Another type of races that we're gonna cover later. These first races are pretty easy. As you can see, a CPU player, well, 2 CPU players used a shortcut, but it's not a very useful shortcut, so you shouldn't worry too much in these races. Proceeding with the game, the races will become harder, but not that harder. Usually blacklist races are much harder than the others, but for the most part the races are easy. But the harder part of the career, and also the funniest in my opinion, are the police chases, which we're also gonna cover in this part. We're going to alternate between races and police pursuits, so that there is some variety in the gameplay. Otherwise we're gonna get bored very fast, very quickly. So this is a pretty short race. As you can see, we are already almost finished. There were 2 laps, but they ended pretty quickly. Yeah, here it is, the shortcut. There are a lot of shortcuts in this game. Unlike other free roaming games as Midnight Club, here you cannot completely free roam the city while you're in race. There are these barriers that prevent you from doing so. However, there are a lot of shortcuts. So what the heck? There are a lot of shortcuts, so you don't need always to use them, but there are some races that you cannot win if you don't take them. Okay, we won. Well, it's not talking. Thank you. After you win a race, you will not get taken back to the safe house. Instead, you will just start free roaming. Yeah, this is a mail. Not very important mail. The text only mails are not very interesting usually. Not needed. As you can see, now we're starting free roaming. Now there are two ways of exiting free roaming. You can just use the menu jump to safe house option, or you can drive physically to the safe house or to a race. We're going to use jump to safe house simply to keep the time, to stay in the time limit. Otherwise, the playthrough will be too long. Usually free roam though. So let's start a police pursuit to see how it works. Let's use a milestone event. So let's see. Evade a police pursuit in less than 4 minutes. Let's do this. Oh, there is a brief tutorial, but I don't need it. So in police pursuits, the main thing is to evade. However, to reach the milestone, you need to do something before actually evading. In this case, you need to evade in a certain time, but there are different milestones that we're gonna cover throughout the playthrough. And yeah, as you can see, there is the time in the top right corner. And yeah, we need to evade in less than 2 minutes. Oh no, sorry, we need to evade in less than 4 minutes. As you can see, the milestones are all together. That means that you can technically win them all in the same, and I'm already escaping, all in the same pursuit. However, there are some milestones that are not compatible one with each other, and so they're not possible to do. And I evaded in much less than 4 minutes. I evaded in how many? 30 seconds. As you can see, after you evade from a pursuit, you get a bounty, which racks up to the bounty threshold that I was talking about before. So if after doing the milestones you already have the bounty needed to challenge the Blacklist Racer, you can do so immediately. Otherwise, you need to do other chases without milestones involved and get to that bounty. Usually this second option is much more it's very needed in the second part of the game and later in the game. I evaded in 27 seconds, 28 seconds. Yeah, there is a Mia message to how do you evade, but we saw that we don't need it. We already evaded, so we don't need it, really. Well, let's go to the other. Also, you don't need to jump to the safe house to do another event. You just press. Well, on the GameCube is the left D-pad. No, sorry. Down D-pad. And here you have the Blacklist menu, so we can go back to a race and do it. So let's do a sprint because it's shorter and we don't want to exceed the time limit. Yeah, we should customize our car, but I don't want to lose time. Probably gonna do it off screen. And then this time I actually succeeded in doing a perfect launch. Yeah, as you can see, even if the Cobalt is, well, the Cobalt is one of the fastest. What the heck am I doing? Is the one of the fastest faster of the first cars, but they really don't pose much of a challenge, really. At this point in the game, they don't. Oh, there was a shortcut. I failed at finding it, but they didn't use it either, so it wasn't needed. As you can see in sprint races, rather than the lap indicator, which is not there anymore since there are no more laps, there is a complete indicator. So that tells you at which point you are in respect to complete the race. So here we have a 40%. So we're basically almost halfway through. This is the highway. I don't know if we already saw it. Yeah, we did. There are two highways in the city. At the moment there is only one unlocked, but we will eventually unlock another one. And they're pretty useful to rack up bounty, since evading from police on the highways are listed at the higher levels. And now I'm gonna talk about levels of police pursuit. Evading at higher levels is much harder, especially on the highway, because you don't have many options, sorry, to hide and stuff compared to the city itself. Police levels, which are not called like that, they're actually called hit levels. Basically, say with how much effort the police is gonna chase you. As you can see in the bottom left, and we're gonna get chased in a race with an odd event. As you can see in the bottom left, now the each level is 1. You can see that little flame, orange flame. There is an indicator you can see in the around the map, the mini map in W1. There is an indicator that fills up. When it goes all the way around the map, your hit level raises. However, you cannot reach certain hit levels in certain until you reach certain part of the game. So this is the first hit level, and as you saw, when you finish a race and you are in a pursuit, the pursuit doesn't end, unlike the race. So you need to actually evade from the police, and we can just use this useful theater to conquer the other milestones. So another milestone is to do 2 trade paints, which is very easy. I don't know why they even bother putting it in. And you basically trade paint when you hit a car without destroying it. So for example, this. Well, I did destroy it, but yeah, as I said, you can destroy cars, police cars. If you mess them enough, they will be disabled and they won't chase you anymore. It's not hard. However, when the hit level goes up, it gets harder to disable cars, since police gets more powerful and heavy cars. So we did 2 of the 3 out of the 3 milestones. The last one requires to do at least 2 minutes of pursuit, so we don't want to evade. We're gonna see many of those pursuit duration milestones, and they're usually the hardest one because they require you to actually get chased without escaping, without evading, until a certain time. Also, you can see in the center bottom of the screen there is a backup timer. When you destroy enough cars, or when they get destroyed somehow, the police will require backups to continue the chase, the pursuit. However, the backups, and we did the 2 minutes thing, by the way, the backups need some time to actually get to you, to get ready to chase you. So in that time you're chased by much less cars, many less cars probably, I don't know really. And you can, use this situation to evade very easily. Also, of course, milestones are not reached until you actually evade. And we are almost evading. There is a bar in the top, as you can see, this is unlocked. This is locked. There is a bar on the bottom of the screen that says how close are you to getting to evade or to get busted. When you get completely to the evade part, the cooldown starts, as you saw briefly, the blue bar. If during the we evaded anyway. If during the cooldown you get if during cooldown you get away, you can just go away and the pursuit actually ends. But if during the cooldown you get spotted by police, the chase will start again. So this is it, and we're actually almost at 15 minutes already. Whoa, the time flew here. So let's jump to the safe house. I actually disabled autosave for to have an easier editing if something goes wrong. So next time we're going to continue our 15th blacklist events. So let's save, and Hyperk0 here, yeah. Thank you for watching and goodbye.